Okay, so let me begin with the surgeon at arm portion. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and fellow Toastmasters. A very warm welcome to the Toastmasters Leadership Institution of Division F, District 124. I am Toastmaster Prerna Dwivedi, the Sergeant at Arms for today's exclusive meeting. I'm sure you all are excited as I am. I'm super duper excited, I could say. So, before starting, let me welcome the speaker who is going to have this exciting session, Dr. Katrak, sir. We welcome you, sir. Now,
Thank you.
it is time
Thank
to introduce the rules and missions. Yes, these are very necessary. As Toastmasters, we have some missions that we follow in the Toastmasters. So, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience, and each members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Also, we have some ground rules that we need to follow in today's online meeting. First, please follow the instructions. Those are shared by the organizers promptly. Second, as Toastmasters, we respect diversity and inclusion. While Toastmaster International places no restrictions on topics, we request you to avoid sensitive discussions around sex, religion, or politics. Please keep yourself on mute unless it's not your turn to speak. If you are stepping away, kindly turn off your cameras to minimize distractions. But if not, then please switch on your cameras to make it more interactive. Yes. Now, thank you for your attention. Let's make this enriching and memorable. And now it's my privilege to invite the host of the meeting, Toastmaster Rashikama. She holds a 2.5 year long tenure as a Toastmaster. She holds dual postgraduate degrees in English and psychology, serving as the career coach with a profound interest in mental health and spirituality. She extends her passion by sharing insights on these topics through her Instagram platforms, aiming to promote holistic wellness within her community. So I welcome you, ma'am. The stage is all yours. Have a huge round of applause for ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Prerna. Thank you very much. And I again welcome you all in today's session. I won't bore you by asking why we all are here because we know. I just have a humble request before we start the session. I know we are in the online mode and we might be doing multitasking at present. So if I may request you to, if manageable, please hold on your tasks for this 1 hour session because you never know which point may change your speeches further. So please pay attention for just 1 hour and you can continue with your stuff later on. One more request, as Prerna also mentioned, the rules. If you have any questions in between, feel free to take a note with you or share it in the chat box. We will entertain all the queries in the Q&A section. In case our trainer opens the space for Q&A in between, then you can feel free to chime in with your queries. Otherwise, let's keep it for the Q&A session. Now it's time to introduce our trainer. Though you know him, but formally, let's introduce him. So I'm very delighted to introduce the trainer for today's workshop, a Toastmasters since 2004, who has competed at the District Toastmasters Annual Conference in numerous international and evaluation contests. In 2016, he even won first place in the humorous speech contest, proving his talent for making audience laugh while inspiring them as well. He has also served in leadership roles such as area governor and club president, and is an active member of Humour Toastmasters Club and NMC Corporate Chapter Toastmasters Club. By profession, he is a consultant laparoscopic surgeon in Abu Dhabi. I'm sure his patient was surely the luckiest one because apart from surgery, he must be prescribing laughter as the medicine. So please join your hands together for distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Merezban Katrak.
Thank you, Rakshita. Am I audible and
Yes,
visible?
sir.
Thank you, thank you. First of all, I would thank you the way you pronounce my name, Merezban. It is very rare in Gulf people call me exactly Merezban. Otherwise, I've heard all Merezban, Merzaban, everything goes. So thank first of all to pronounce my name perfectly. And I would really thank you to invite me to this session because I've been in Toastmasters since 2004, and I have given such speeches all over Gulf. But this is the first time I'm connecting with the audience of my home country, so I'm quite happy and proud about it. And I just want to share my slide. One second. Is it visible?
Yes,
Is my slide visible? Can
Yes,
someone
it
just
yes,
is.
we
answer?
can see it.
Okay, good, good. So I'm here. I don't want to waste any more further time. I'll be speaking on humorous speech. Now, the thing is that in different parts of the world, the type of humor which is accepted is different. So I'm not very sure, but being an Indian, I think the type of humor which we have is quite going to be similar to the type of humor I have, and you all will be giving in your speeches. So the first question which everyone has is, can I be a humorous speaker? Now, look at my face. Okay. You can see that frown. If you see me personally, if you disconnect that you're a humorous speaker, if you see me with a grumpy face and this frown all the time, if I can become a humorous speaker, I think anybody can become a humorous speaker. So there's no stamp that, okay, this person can become a humorous speaker or that person. Anybody can become a humorous speaker. The next thing is what we ask is, what are the qualities of a good humorous speaker? I'm not wasting much time. I'm going on to the details. See, humorous speaker is fun, but for a good humorous speech, very few, there are minute details of what should be a part of your speech in order to win. One of the important things is personalize your speech. Everyone likes to be connected to something which is different. We don't want a monotonous speech. So personalize your speech. You will definitely connect to your audience. Make people laugh at you. Now, this you have to be very careful as to what this is. You act as a joker, slapstick comedy, make a fool of yourself and make them laugh. They will laugh, but the thing is, they are laughing at you. Your goal should be that make people laugh at your jokes on you. You make fun of yourself, but not in a way that you are acting like a joker. Always means it is more of how you're suffering. So with that, people will laugh because honestly speaking, humans enjoy seeing others suffer. Next thing is be original. We've got so much on WhatsApp going on. So the minute you're original, people will like listening to your speech. Know your limitations. This is very important because sometimes you see a champion speaker and you say, wow, I will copy him. At times you can, at times you can't. If you ask me to sing or you ask me to have some dance moves on the stage because some other humorous speaker, forget humorous, international, whatever, he did it and it had an impact. I know my limitations. I can't do those things. So I will see to it that there is no singing, there is no dancing in my speech. But some of you all may be good at it. So use it. So you should know what is good in you and you should know your limitations. Don't make a joke at someone else's expense. The thing is that If you are talking about being thin and there's someone else in the audience is fat, don't point at the finger and that whatever it is very simple. People should be laughing and focusing only on what you speak and not someone else who's around or anyone else you are talking about. And if you don't have these points, it is called TTF. That is what I call ticket to failure. If you don't use these codes, it is called ticket. I call it TTF. That is a ticket to failure. Now, I'm not very sure whether you all have DTAG. I'm sure you all must be having DTAG going out there. So usually this presentation is just a few months back because everyone wants to take part in humorous speech contest. So the thing is that everyone wants to become a DTAC winner. So what are the secrets of winning the DTAC? Now, if I knew the secret so well, I would have not waited for 12 years to win. I will give you my details. I started contesting in the very first year when I joined Toastmasters in 2004. That was the first time I directly reached DTAC and I won third place. But then I competed for 11 more years, 12 years. Many of you all may not have even been in Toastmasters for so many years. 12 years in a row. I competed, I won at area, division, I even reached district, but I did not win. So it was finally after 12 years that I won at DTAC. So actually, there is no simple secret of winning the Toastmasters DTAC. But one thing I would say is don't give up. 12 years, I believed in myself that at some time I will win, and I won. Many are were good speakers who were competing with me, one in between, but then means at the area level, division level, and then they did not win once or twice at the DTACT and they left. So most important is never give up. Now, I'm not very sure. I think this is Toastmasters. So all of you all use this charts. The beginning of this presentation may be a little for serious because these are the points according to which you are judged. So, however good your speech is, if you don't have these points in it, this is the way you are going to be judged. You can go onto the Toastmasters website and you can get these ballot sheets. Whether it is humorous, international, table topics, whatever it is, you have, whenever you're preparing, look at this ballot and prepare your speeches in such a way. So contest, the speech development, effectiveness, values, and audience. This is 55, more than 50% depends on this. Then your physical appearance, voice, and manner is 30. And finally, your grammar and appropriateness of your speech, this comes to 15. Now, if you're talking about an international speech, it is totally different. So if you're doing a humorous speech, then these are the places you focus on. And the most important thing is if you see the first place, if anybody is judging, the person will get a 3 points, then 2 points, and 1 point. Why I'm telling you this is very important is that your speech should be such that it should not upset even a single judge. Because in order to win, every judge should give you at least 3, 2, or a 1. Even if one judge doesn't give you points, the chances of you winning are extremely rare. So your speech should be focused in such a way that you don't upset anyone. Coming to the judging criteria, the speech development. I'll be going in details, means I'll be giving this in a totally different way, this also, but I'm just giving you the points which are important. Your speech should have an opening body and a conclusion. Immediate engagement. I'll speak about this. You have to connect to the audience immediately. Your audience attention should be there and it should blend in the framework. Your speech should be smooth. It should not be haphazard. One joke from here, one joke from there, and you want to fit everything. Effectiveness. There should be interest should be held by the speaker. Sometimes it is difficult, 7.5 minutes to take the interest and the crowd is enjoying. Has the responsibility to say something meaningful and original. Honestly speaking, from humorous speech contest, I don't believe in this. It is not necessary to be meaningful. You may even have a nonsense topic as long as you connect to that topic, it is fine. An audience reaction to the speech. If your audience doesn't laugh or react, then it is not going to have an effect. Hold the audience interest. All these are very important. Delivery, body language should support the points, voice modulation should be there, enthusiasm. Now, this point, believe me, for those people who have taken part in numerous speech contests, sometimes you don't get a crowd response. You've taken part in one contest, it's the same speech, people have laughed. The next time they don't laugh. Believe me, even after years of speaking, it is very difficult to maintain that enthusiasm, showing the interest in the audience and confidence. Your face sometimes shows that because you've not got a response, you are dejected. But believe me, if they've not got you should always believe in yourself that if you did not get a response, the other speakers will also not get a response and you need to go ahead. Then language, choice of words you use, clear understanding. Don't try and use, especially if you're talking about international speech, don't try and use big words because you have to connect to the audience. If the audience doesn't understand the word, however good it is, however, you cannot be a Shashu Tharun out here if the people do not understand what you're speaking. Grammar and correctiveness, yes, these things are important. Now coming, forget about the point system. Now we will focus about how to give a humorous speech. Everyone asks me, how do I find a topic? Where will I find a topic? I always say, don't find a topic, let a topic find you. See, it is in humorous speech, you have to have some different topic which people have not heard of. So whenever you're going around in your day-to-day life, I'm a doctor, I see something in a patient, I'm flying. The minute in a flight, I connected to one patient, one of the passengers, I exaggerated and I made a speech on a flight. So see things around you. Choose in advance. Whenever you're taking part in a contest, 15 days prior to the contest, again, it's a ticket to failure. You can't start preparing 15 days in advance. You have to prepare in advance. This I'm talking about if you're taking part in a contest, if it's your club meetings and all, it's okay. You don't have the time. You can think about this. Then choose multiple topics. It is not necessary you choose one topic and focus on that topic itself. Choose 4 5 topics. You see something around you. Okay, you can say, okay, tomorrow I think I can speak about this topic and make it humorous. So then choose multiple topics. And for each topic, you find some point. Think about the topic 24/7. Note down the ideas. This is very crucial. Sometimes you may find something which is so funny and you'll say, yeah, I'll use it in my speech. And after some time, you'll be keeping on thinking, what was that point I forgot? We all have mobiles, we all have notepads. Just write in the notes, what was that point? And then go back and add it to your list. If you can't find a topic, just go through your club projects and convert them into a humorous speech. Anybody can convert any speech into a humorous speech. Now, what are the topics which I will try and explain which ones to use, which one not to use. Common ones are wife bashing, spouse bashing, and mother in law. Now, all of us use this topic, Toastmasters. See, the advantage of having these topics is there's enough material to laugh on. Male dominated, I'm not very sure. In UAE, it is more of male dominated audience, and all of that, that feeling that this guy is also suffering the way I am suffering, believe me, everyone is going to enjoy it. It connects to everyone. The wife is also going to laugh, the husband is going to laugh. So these Toastmasters, anything you connect, everyone is going to connect to the audience and laugh. But you're not going to get extra credit for the topic because everyone has heard about this. The jokes are circulated a lot. The originality is lost. Means everyone knows about it. They are not going to laugh because they'll say, oh, this is not original. I've also heard it before. Repetition at times previously when we used to talk, there was a time when wife bashing was the main theme. The same topic, 2 3 people used to speak on. So it used to not make people used to not enjoy them. So how do you go about it? Use them as a part of your speech. Don't make your entire speech on them, just use it as a part of your speech. Then, apart from the common words, a good one, something which connects to your day-to-day life. The minute you have a topic which is connected to, you see many of the stand-up comedians from India, they will connect about the day-to-day life, which all of us listen right at 10, 15 minutes talk, whether it is how your daughter is there, they talk about going for a haircut, they talk about going anywhere. So those things, they connect to our day-to-day life. Everyone is interested because they want to see Yes, oh God, I didn't believe that this person also goes through the same problem I go through. Now, this is something full-time maid. Full-time maids are much more common because all of us go to work, so we have a maid looking after the kids. So one of my topics was on full-time maid. Air travel. As I told you, I had once a person sitting next to me. I had a funny experience with him and I made a full speech on it. On COVID, but you have to be a bit careful because someone may have lost some life, some relative in the COVID. They may not be enjoying COVID. On your profession, as a doctor, I have made speeches on a profession. Then there's something what I call the blue chip topics. They are very different topics. They are absolutely different topics compared to the normal one. Now, those contests which I won was, it is called Shake It Up. What happens in that is that I shake hands with everyone, and whomever I shake hands with, I get bad luck for them. So 7.5 minutes, I'm just talking about me shaking hands and getting bad luck with to all of them. And every time I'm asking the question, ask why. I get this, ask why, ask why. So they will ask why, and I'll give you an answer. Ayo, last year in a district contest, one of the speakers, Ayo, the whole speech, 7.5 minutes, he spoke only on the different ways to, because we have a lot of South Indian audience in our comments. And in Gulf, there's a lot of South Indians. So Ayo, and believe me, it was funny. Very serious topics. Now you have to be careful, but these are very serious topics. One of my speeches was on a funeral. It's quite, I mean, nobody will think about writing a speech on funeral. I wrote on it. I reached the division, but I did not go ahead to the district. Thunder Down Under. This was a topic which one of the other winners had spoken about. It is about farting. The minute I heard about it, I said, "Oh no, I'm not going to. I don't like. I don't think I'm going to enjoy the speech about 7.5 minutes on farting." But believe me, the way that person had scripted it was amazing. So you get credit for the topic, but it can backfire. For example, when I'm talking about COVID, I make fun of, I had one of the speeches, I'll talk about my topics later on. If one of the judges has lost someone in the COVID, he will lose. Similarly, I spoke about the funeral. After that, one of the judges came and told me that your speech may be good, but he had just lost his mother a few weeks ago. So he was not happy with my speech and he then marked me. That one marking I did not get, and maybe that was could be one of the reasons why I could not win. Audience culture. For example, in the Gulf, we have a lot of respect for audience culture, and also you cannot make fun on certain topics. So you have to be very careful about what you speak. See, the other thing is your title also, right in the beginning, your title is introduced. At that time, you have to make the people think that, okay, what is he going to talk about? One of the years, the first year when I won a contest was Demolition Day. This was a speech in which I will try and explain exactly what my speeches were and how, so what they contained, so that you can get a view idea as to what are the different varieties of speeches you can give. This was the one in which I win a lottery coupon and for around 10,000 dirhams, and I give it to my wife. At the end of the day, I land up spending 20,000 dirhams instead of 10,000, and I go shopping and all that. So on the stage, I take this trolley, the trolley which we use in the malls. On the stage, I was with that trolley. That was Demolition Day. Then my first funeral. This is a speech in which my wife's boss's mother dies, and I go to a funeral. I have never attended a Christian funeral before, and how I make a mess of it. I thought, I went and spoke to someone, is this a coffin? And he said, no, this is a septic tank. Then I go to attend another place where a funeral is going on, and I give a speech out there. I mess up there, and it's the whole speech is how I go for a funeral and I mess it up. FTM, this is full-time maid. What happens in this is that I'm taking my maid's interview, but at the end of the day, she lands up taking my interview. This can be done, this is quite common in India also. And her name is Aishwarya, and she does not have I say that her mother must not have had any idea what our Aishwarya looks like. Then the next one was Bunty Business. This was a one in which I'm sitting from Abu Dhabi, from Delhi to Abu Dhabi in a flight. and this Bunty is sitting next to me. See, this is more of a North Indian type, so it may connect to you all. Now, he's so tense that right in the beginning of the flight, he starts wearing what's it called? The life jacket, because he says that you cannot risk anything. Then he asked me to fill his immigration form, and at each question, the answers he gave was amazing. Like, I asked him, which year were you born? When is your birth date? So he says, 1st Feb. I say, which year? So he says, what, sir? Every year. Then I ask him, it is called place of issue. Where was your passport issued? So he says, Pappu Paja's shop at Delhi Gate. So all this thing means how that person, it means what you do is, sorry, you always try and exaggerate things of how someone can irritate you. And the end of the speech is that I'm so happy that I'm going to get rid of him. And he comes and he gives me a card that in Abu Dhabi, if you get lost, you can come and see me. And that card read male nurse, NMC specialty department of surgery. So at the end of the day, he's going to come to my department and he's going to trouble me more. Then liar, liar. Why I want to say about this is that it is all about lying, lying, lying. The important thing is that till the end, my entire speeches, everything is only lies. I don't try and correct myself and say that no, lying is not good. That is very important in your speech. You don't correct yourself at the end. Silver Jubilee interview was one in which this was my 25th interview. And instead of the guy interviewing me, I was interviewing him. Then Nilu the Great is one of my patients, and how the communication with the patient happens. She says that I can see spots in my eyes. So I ask him, "Did you see any doctors?" So she said, "No, no, no, I don't see doctors. I only see spots." Then the other thing is that which she says her knee is paining, her right knee is paining. So I said it is age related. So she says it is not possible because both my knees are of the same age and only one is paining. So see, speaking out here is different. The laughter may not come, but when it connects in your speech, it makes a difference. Then I spoke about darling, I love you, about how a wife goes on saying darling, I love you makes the husband work. How to train a dragon. This is again about you should never try to train your wife or make her do things. GOM was grumpy old man. This is about me. Shake It Up was the speech which I spoke about different types, shaking hands with people. And COVID cut. This was a speech I gave during COVID. I actually made it up that because in COVID, nobody was going for a haircut, and how I try and get a haircut done with that machine at home. And then my wife helps me, and it's a big chaos. Finally, I have to go to the barber and get it done. And he says that, what's it means? It was something like that. So these are, I may have bored you a little, but these are the different varieties of topics. So you get an idea as to how you speak. Now, important thing is when you go to your speech has to have a very, very, very powerful opening. Can be anything. I have had props. I've gone on the stage with a trolley. It can be jokes. It can be funny quotes. It can be incidents, gestures, questions, sing a song. Most important is that your crowd has to laugh within the first 20 seconds. Because, see, the thing is, whenever you're in a contest, there are 5 to 7 speakers. The minute you keep on, the minute they are not connected, the next 5 seconds they will be on the mobile seeing the messages. So it is very important that you connect to your audience within 20 seconds, or it is TTF, that is ticket to failure. It has to be related. I have seen speeches where they will have an opening, people will laugh, but then the rest of the speech has no connection to this. So don't expect the judges to mark you for that laughter because it was never connected to your speech. The body of the jokes. Whenever you get an idea, write it down. Your speech should have at least 20 jokes, out of which 3 to 4 of them have to be unforgettable. Now, when you're writing, there's a total different way of writing and your final speech. Begin your speech with at least 30 jokes. Your first script should have almost 1,500 words. Then you keep on revising to come down to 800, 900 words. But the important thing is what you're not using, don't delete it. Make another file and keep it in them, because what happens sometimes when you're going to the next level or something, you may use those jokes. Maybe you suddenly remember a way to improvise them. So whatever you have, first of all, if you have a speech, don't write a speech for 1,000 words and my speech is over. Keep on writing. You should have 1,500 words, then shortlist them, save everything you may need to improve, and involve your audience. This is TTS, Ticket to Success. If you see my speech, at every time I'm shaking hands, I'm asking the question, ask why. And the full audience says why. Then again, in that, every time the question is not ask why. Sometimes I'll say, don't ask why. Third time I'll say, do you still want to ask why? So always connect in any way you connect to the audience, but don't ask questions, because what happens, some enthusiastic audience guy will speak for 1 minute and then you cannot tell him, please stop, the rest of my speech is there. So it should only be a yes, no, raise your hands, whatever it is, so that you connect to your audience. Never ask questions, because all our Toastmasters and Toastmasters love to talk. So that person may keep on talking. What is a good joke versus a correct joke? F's of a correct joke. It should fit into your speech. This is very important. Many a times people hear a very good uh, joke, that if it doesn't fit into your speech, it has no value. Don't change your speech to fit the joke. Change the joke to fit your speech. Now the next thing is it should have a fast end. Many a times people they will build up a joke and then they will see that already the end is amazing, I will have an impact, but that is dangerous. Any of your jokes, maximum 3 sentences. I will not say 3 sentences, also too much sometimes. In 1 or 2 sentences, the humor should come. If it's long, you lose concentration. Interval between applause increases. Once the audience is laughing, that stimulus is there, it should keep on going. If at any time the laughter goes down, then getting that impact again becomes difficult. So people lose concentration if it's very long. The interval between or applause increases. So there's a loud pause. Audience, if it is very long, they will start thinking, what is the end of it? And if they get the end, they will not laugh. That is a ticket to failure. And if your joke is going on for 30 to 40 seconds and it misfires, nobody laughs, it is again a ticket to failure, because again your next joke till it ends, it is not, your humor is not going to get an impact. Forwarded jokes. Forward it several times to you. Don't use it, because everyone knows the joke, what it is. They are not going to laugh. For example, I'll give you a joke. When a man gets married, he wears three rings. Now, I think most of you all know this. The first one is the engagement ring. The second one is the wedding ring. And finally, it is the suffering. Now, many of you all have heard these jokes, so you're not going to laugh on this. So, such jokes avoid. Any joke with when you're searching. I also, when I used to write speeches, I used to search on that topic. Not necessary that everything comes original. You search on that topic. If you feel that same one is coming multiple times, don't use it. That means people have heard it. Don't forward good jokes to Toastmasters. You don't know when you're going to use it in your next speech. Make appropriate changes in those from the whatever you're getting it from the internet, so that they fit into your audience. A joke in which you have to focus too much. I'll give you an example that wife is a short form for wildlife. Now, if you think of it, the first two letters WI of wife, the wildlife, and the last two words of LIFE is WI and F. It is too much thinking. Many may not understand it. They don't have time to think. cannot afford to pause in expectation that people will understand this joke and laugh. And the worst part is, it has happened sometimes to me in the past that the people did not understand it at that time. You start your sentence, and then it is connected to people, and they start laughing at that time. At that time, it is very difficult. You don't know whether you need to proceed or you want to stop, and your rhythm of your speech gets disconnected. You should have friends, mentors. See, many a times you narrate your jokes to friends. What is funny to you may not be funny to others. They may not, means everyone may not laugh. Choose these friends wisely. There should be a laughter scale. You see, you all of you all will agree. You all have some friends. For little things also, they will start laughing, and others who will just not laugh. So these two extremities, avoid them. Have someone in the middle, because those who laugh all the time will be very happy. You got an amazing speech, and but it will not work. At the same time, who doesn't laugh, you'll keep on changing the speech, but that person is never going to laugh. So choose it with your friends. You still do not succeed in making audience laugh, then you got a TTF. That is ticket to failure. See, now the different types of jokes which you can use in your speeches. The one which you call is the complaining type of jokes. That is a very simple one. Then I'll give you a few examples. They may not connect so much, but misinterpretation of words. I think some of you all must have heard this. This one man in the office is having a headache. He tells his boss, "Oh, I'm having a lot of headache." He says, "When I have an headache, I go home. My wife gives me a massage, a head massage, and it becomes fine. You should also try it." So after 1 hour, this worker comes back and says, "Sir, I believe in it. It is amazing. It worked very well. I did not know when you changed the color of your paint of your house." You got it? He misunderstood that when he goes home, his wife gives him a massage. So he, instead of going to his own wife, he ends up going to his boss's wife. So it's a misinterpretation of words. Link jokes to Toastmasters or current events. Now, you remember that humorous speech which I spoke about in the funeral. So someone tells me at a funeral, they see this Toastmasters pin I'm wearing, and all it is, he says, "What are you?" He says, "It's public speaking." He says, "Can you give a speech right now?" So I go like this: respected, just the way we do our evaluation. Respected priests, fellow mourners, and the person who's dead, Mrs. Gobes in particular. Good morning to you all. So this will connect to a Toastmaster, it will not connect to someone else. Then something which is current events. For example, when I was giving this speech, at that time it was this one, what's his name? That big scandal had taken place in Vijay Mallya thing was going on in India. So at that time, I connected to Vijay Mallya. I shook hands with Vijay Mallya, and he lost his. All the problem happened with him. So, but you have to be very careful whether it connects or not. Twist in the end. This was the one which I gave a speech on winning the raffle coupon. So I say that when I won the raffle coupon, I told my wife about it. She came running to me, and there was a flow of 15 to 20 kisses on the raffle coupon. Then taboo topics. Be very careful. You all, I was not sure whether you all have it, but as you said, we don't speak about sex, politics, and religion. But you have to be careful the way you speak. You may be a bit diplomatic and speak on something funny, which is like that. For example, in my speech on shaking hands, in one of the parts, I say that morning everything went wrong. What to say? I opened the doorknob fell out. I lifted my briefcase, my handle fell off. But that day I had to be hospitalized because I did not go to the washroom that day. Now, don't ask me why I did not go to the washroom that day, because everything which I was holding was just falling off. Then formulas, this was something which I used to use in my speeches. Whenever you want to end, you can have some 3 points or something you want to say. I used to call it the DKTG rules. That is Dr. Katrak's 3 golden rules. Something, see, you have to be different. You have to come out with different. For example, in a funny, you have a humorous speech or any speech, you want to end it by giving three humorous ends. So you can say something like, I have a formula. Songs. I'm not good at songs, but you can sing in a funny way. For example, when I'm speaking about my wife in one of the speeches, but that was 20 years back. Unfortunately, I don't have the script. I don't remember. But I'm trying to explain how my wife spends a lot of money. And also, it was like big diamond earrings and barista coffee and Swarovski rings. These are a few of her favorite things. This is the way I describe my wife. As I told you, I'm not good at singing. After that, I never tried it again. Don't end the joke. I'll give you an example of this. One of the speeches which I'm explaining, I say, do you all realize that the names of hurricanes are all females? I don't know whether you all have known this, that all hurricanes are named after females. That there's nothing common in them. I disagree because a hurricane comes, destroys, and goes. Okay. So that at that pause and goes, and then I don't answer. So everyone understands that a wife doesn't go, she just keeps on destroying. Conclusion, the audience should be laughing till you shake hands with the contest chair. Need not have a message. As I told you, don't try to correct yourself. You can never make a person laugh with a message. Take home message should be, he made me laugh. Never make it serious by connecting what you spoke. See, now when you are doing your body language, there are a few important rules. Rule of three, try to make your speech into three parts. What we have a mistake is that many times we put so many things inside that it is too many points the patient, the audience is not ready to handle. Even when we make presentations at work, so many times we put so many points, we want to use anything. It doesn't work that way. Have three parts or four parts in your speech. Use the stage accordingly. If you're talking about one part, be on the left, second part in the center, and when you're speaking of the third part, you should be on the right. Three parts in every joke. Why I will tell you is that three sentences for every joke, it should end in three sentences. During one part of the speech, you look in one side, other part you look on the right side, and third part you look in the center. Face each section during each part. Props, use them only if they have an impact in your speech. You remember I talk about funerals. So I took a wreath, a round wreath with me, what you said, and it broke on the stage. The rest of the speech, I did not know whether I should use it or not. Then with a half broken wreath, I was roaming around for the rest of my speech. If it has an impact, use it. Otherwise, don't use it. Approach now as a speaker, when you're approaching the stage, you should be very confident. Pause and pick your audience. What I will say is pick your audience means you may be having parts of your speech where you're going to talk about a lady or just stay there, relax, pause, and connect with their eye line. See, because you are talking about eye contact during your speech. So if you want, fix three people, one on the left, one in the center, one on the right, so that you are comfortable with them and see that your eye contact is with them. Body language, facial expressions are very important. You yourself should not be laughing or smiling on your own jokes. If it is serious, be serious. If it is anger, dumbness, use the stage, use the rule of three. Eye contact, as I told you all, connect to three parts of the pick your audience right in the beginning. That, okay, during this speech, I'm going to connect to this person, and this person. Look into the eyes. Eye contact is very important. Delivery, it is very important, the 4 P's of delivery. That is, we call it practice, 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 and practice. But when you're practicing, it is very important, practice your script. This is the most important. If you do not connect, do not remember your script, you can never win any contest. You can never reach any speech. During my contest, I practice my speech at least 50 times. Not during a contest, not for but during a contest, I practice my speech at least 50 times. Next is practice your delivery and pause. What many people do is they practice the speech, they say the delivery and pause, and the third thing, that is positioning, I will do it later on. I would suggest when you're delivering and when you're practicing your speech, divide it into three parts. First part, when you're by hearting or practicing, you do your delivery, your pauses, and which part of the stage you are going to be right from the beginning. So that by the time your script is perfect, you will not even have to remember the way you are speaking, where you are pausing, and which part of the stage you are going to be. Practice your timing. I'll explain to this. Your timing is very crucial, especially in humorous speech. Don't be too fast, because what happens when you're fast, your audience cannot understand your joke. They will not laugh in order to avoid missing the next joke. One of the main reasons why people lose a humorous speech is they are very fast. Voice modulation during punchlines. See, humor is timing. And for that timing, voice modulation and pauses are extremely important. Before a punchline or after it, that pause is essential. During applause, when the applause are there, you pause, and that is a time when you can even move on the stage. You have a speech, people are laughing at that time, you utilize that speech to change your position on the stage. Not too long. Sometimes we pause anticipating a laughter. If it doesn't come, walk ahead. Timing. The timing of a person, 7 minutes. Keep your humorous speech for 7 minutes. Because there is laughter, for that you need time. It should be around 800 to 900 words. It depends on person to person. I go till 1,000 words because I speak fast. But as long as you have your timing, you have your pauses, and if you're a little fast also, it is okay. Practice on the stage if possible. This is very important, because what happens, some of the stages, the stage is high, the audience is low. Sometimes you may be in a theater in which the entire, or you are low and the entire theater is on top and you need to speak. So if you get a chance, practice your speech at least once on the stage. Have a feeling of the trophy. I always go onto the stage, the trophies are always kept on one side. Pick up the first place humorous speech, hold it in your hand, and have that feeling that I'm going to speak for this. Keep a copy of your speech with you. Believe me, during my DTAC final, this person has won at the club, the area, the division, the DTAC semi-finals and finals. In the finals, he forgot his speech. Always keep a copy in your pocket, or you write, become a palmist. I used to write my few important points on my palm so that when you're moving your hand and seeing, you can see those points. Manage both ends before you talk. This is very important also. Your mouth should not be dry. At least 10 to 15 minutes before your speech, drink at least half a glass of water. Don't drink just before your speech, because sometimes when you're drinking in a hurry, you take in air also, and you don't want to burp on the stage in front of everyone. So around 15-20 minutes before your time comes, drink the water slowly and go to the washroom. Believe me, sometimes you are there in the auditorium for 1 hour waiting for your time, and you don't want to be distracted by a full bladder. Watch the lights. This is one thing which I feel many people don't follow is, you in a humorous speech, you have to know where you are at 5 minutes, where you are at 6 minutes, and where you are at 7 minutes. When you're practicing, always practice. I'll tell you why. Because at times when you know where 5 minutes is the most important one, during your practice, you should make sure that if you're practicing well, that same sentence or that same joke should be here at 5 minutes. Sometimes you've reached that point and the 5 minutes has not come. That means you have been very fast. So you still have 2 minutes to improvise, go slow, and utilize the 7.5 minutes, or else you'll finish your speech in 6 minutes. It happened to me also. I've finished the 7.5 minutes in 5.5 also. So you should know where you're at 5 minutes. So if you are at 5 minutes and you reach that point, that means it's perfect. If it has not reached and you've gone 2-3 points ahead, that means you're fast, you have to slow down. Sometimes you get a lot of applause. So if you get a lot of applause, the 5 minutes has come and you've not reached that point. You may go fast, but at time your speech should be prepared in such a way that if I've got to means at 5 minutes, I still have too much, I don't want to get disqualified. There is a place where I can remove one part of the speech without affecting the final speech. Or if you're very fast, you should have said, okay, I have time, I will add one more point in the end. So that way, your speech should be so perfect that if at 5 minutes you're perfect, it is fine. If you're very fast, you slow down. If you feel you're running short of time, you should be able to remove one part of your speech without people realizing the end has come. Record your speech. You will find areas where there's missing applause. Never repeat the joke thinking that the first part of the audience did not like it, the next level they will like it. No. Every time you go from club to area to division, you should change 30% of your speech every time. Then remember those in the beginning, those 30 jokes were there. You can use any of those other 10 jokes which you have not used or improvise these, remove the ones which you've not had laughter. Take a feedback, but remember the laughter scale. Some people means they are not humorous speakers, they have not got anybody will give you listen to those what to say feedback, see if it is worth it, because you will get hundreds of feedbacks. It's not necessary you have to change your speech completely. Thank you. I'm sorry, honestly speaking, I know this is quite a boring this is quite a boring thing, but if you want to make a speech, then these are the things which are quite essential in it. Any questions? I'm ready. I first need to ask.
Thank you so much. Can we have a big round of applause for Dr. Katrak?
Thank you.
I'm sure you must have learned so many, quite a few good things. So, starting the Q&A. All those who have queries can please raise your hands. Awesome. We'll invite everyone one by one. We have first Toastmaster Abhijit. Yes, please go ahead.
Uh, so thank you so much, Rasika. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yes,
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Katrak, for the wonderful session, first of all, and a great insights from the humorous speech. Two simple questions. One question: how would a person who is not profound in creating humorous speeches can actually eye on making an impact in the humorous speech contest? That's one. And number two, you did mention a fact of the last few slides where you did say that if you want to keep a copy of that, copy of your speech in hand, probably, or probably in your palm, and in any case, if somebody is delivering a speech, which normally happens with me as an example, whenever I write a speech and when I'm about to narrate, it becomes very difficult at times to refer to the area where I kind of either lose sight of it. So how would you like to guide or suggest an
Okay.
alternative?
I'll tell you something. What I do is, I don't know whether you can see my palm. I write, it means it is not necessary you write the whole speech. It is always remember there's that one or two words of that particular part of the speech, which you, the minute you read those two parts, you know what is there. So
Right.
I write all, which 5 or 6 points, you write them on your palm. And when you're delivering, you look in this direction, you look at your palm, nobody will realize that you are reading your points. So that
Okay.
I have used it for every speech of mine. I see out here because nobody will notice that you've written something on your palm. That is the way, because under tension, you are going to forget points. And then you forget points, then you get totally disconnected from your own speech. And regarding whether, believe me, I'm telling you, anybody can become a humorous speaker. Means we are saying that if you don't have it in you, everyone has it in them. Now, just one thing is that there are in India, there are lots and lots of stand-up comedy people. Listen to their speeches so that you get how, and just see that how did he make this one simple thing into, changed it and made it funny. You have a topic, you think about this topic, every sentence in that topic, you just visualize how can I make this one sentence funny. Believe me, after a period of time, you'll just keep on repeating it. Then you'll get that knack of it. It is self-training. The minute you do it, after some time, you will be able to make any sentence or anything humorous. If you want, I will give you all my WhatsApp number and email address. You all can even WhatsApp me or email me and I'll help you.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for the insights. And
Thank you.
over to you, Rasika.
thank you. Thank you. Next we have Toastmaster Pradeep. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, very good evening, sir. Actually, my question is like one thing I just want to know. It is regarding the preparation of the speech. So it has to be just you have to just do it like several times, as you mentioned. You just repeat your speech at least for 50 times when you have to deliver, not at the Toastmaster level when it matters a lot, like in different platform where you want to win the championship also. So that time I just want to know, like, whether it is you just mug up like everything. So from the very first word till the last word. So what is your like just the way of preparation? So how do you do it? Whether it is just the essence or the key notes and all, or key points you remember, and then you just talk about the like in the movement language you use, or you just do it like entirely verbatim. So right from the first word to the last word, you do it like several times. So you cram like everything. So what is your just opinion on that, sir?
Pradeep, see, we were all in school. We know some people are the ones who are mug every word to word, and some who are natural and they can just deliver at any time. Now, the thing is that in humorous speech, this is my, see, that is why this is what I do. For me, I'll tell you something. When I'm writing my speech, I have one speech. Even when I'm writing a sentence where the pause comes, I will put, if there's a small pause, I will put one single line. If it is a bigger pause, I will put two or three lines. So I know exactly when I'm preparing my speech that at this point, I have to give a pause. Whether the pause is small, the better pause is long. And believe me, it is like I mean, as I told you, some people cannot do it. Some people, even when we are in college and all, some people cannot mug every word of their speech. But they have that talent of changing the words at the last moment. For me, the way I go is I know every comma, I know every word, every single thing, sentence of mine is by heart. Because in my humorous speech, I like it because for a joke to have an impact, the exact words should be there. If you change the words, maybe you may not get that impact.
Yes,
So
sir.
for
Sir,
me, it is like every word I will by heart. And when I'm speaking, and it is practice, 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 practice is very important, because if you haven't practiced, what happens is you're thinking at what is my next line, what is my next line, what is my next line, and it shows on your face that you're not confident. To be confident, your speech, you should have practiced it very well. As I tell you, I practice my speech 50 times. I have a paper on that. That how we do it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a slash. How we remember. So that way, until I don't reach 50, I don't stop. But this
okay.
is my individual way of studying. Other different people have different ways of studying. They may be in this to say they may just be able to give a speech without practicing word to word.
Yes, sir.
So
Actually,
that
like
is the
I
way.
have, sir, I have tried like several times. So just mugging up, cramming up, like everything. But I think is that sometimes when you just lose composure, so at that time, all of a sudden you go blank actually for a brief time, and then after that, then everything like fall just like a house of cards. So that happens actually. So that is there. So if you just think about, just remember the key words, but thing is that like I have been still like grappling with the problem. So cramming also that serves sometimes not, because the opening and closing that has to be like very impactful. So I cram on those two parts, but a little bit I just try to just speak at the moment, the like in the moment language there sometimes. It is not like becomes very difficult for me to just cram like everything. So that is why I was asking about it. anyway, you have told your thing what you do, so I'll also try to just replicate that, like in my speeches. One more thing I just want to know, sir, when you just prepare the speech, so what the structure actually normally you just emphasize? So how the big do you just like opening, closing, and the middle part? So how do you go about it, sir? So if you can give little bit of insight, like
Okay.
with regard to that, that would be great, sir.
Okay, in a humorous speech, I will tell you my most important, the best jokes are in the opening and in the conclusion. Because right in the beginning, I want the audience to laugh and connect to me. And in the end, at the end of my speech, I want the maximum applause, which the judges are going to see. So that end should be having an impact. Now, regarding the body of the speech, many a times we have that tendency. If you go in a conference also and you see the slides, people want to add so many slides, so many slides, so many topics. They feel that I want to cover the entire syllabus in that, say, 5 minutes talk or 7 minutes talk. Don't do that. Then you will try, you will be just rushing through your speech, and there'll be so many points that you are not conveying your message to the audience. So for me, it is, I may have multiple points, I may have multiple jokes, but it is usually, as I told you, all my speeches are personalized. So I will have main 3 or 4 areas which I'm speaking, and each one of them will have 3 or 4 jokes. Don't try to put too many things and jump from one place to the other. If you are doing a presentation at work also, don't try and cover up everything. You take 4 or 5 points and in details focus on those points, so that these people at the end of the day, if you focus on 4 points, they will know everything in details of those 4 points. If you try to put 10 points, they will know only minimal of all those 10 points, and they're going to forget at the end of your topic. And just now also points, for example, if you're giving a talk like this out here and you have a computer, I have my points out here on a paper. So I will just put them. The other thing is, sometimes what I used to do previously is you get the stick-ons. Because what happens when you're looking down, that means people know that you are looking down and reading somewhere. I put stick-ons on my, means for example, just now, I don't have any slides, I'm just talking. So I have stick-ons which I keep it on my screen of my laptop. So if I want any point to be recollected, I'm not even looking down. I'm just looking at the screen. People may think that I am talking to them without, but I'm following up notes which I have on stick-ons which are stuck on my laptop screen. So if you're giving an online, those are the advantages you have.
Thank you so much for sharing so wonderful insights. Thank you so much. Next, we have Toastmaster Ravindra, if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashika. Thank you, sir. Now, that was a very
Thank you.
fantastic workshop that you're conducting, and I am extremely excited, elated to the core to be here. Now, what I have to ask you is, but before that, I am someone who is not into humor at all, but somehow when I am stressed out, that is the time when it comes out naturally. And even when I'm on stage, people will always, the audience and my club members will always come to me and say that, oh, you really are good at humor. And so this is the first time I'm trying out humor. And imagine that engaging humor pathway itself, I've kept it for years and I don't want to touch it because I was not confident. So this time I just tried. Okay. Now, my question is, right, I've already got a speech, what crafted and everything, but it is just that I wanted to know if I want to deliver a speech, a humorous speech on stage for my contest. Now, has it got to be an accumulated or a collective of jokes like a stand-up comedian, or it can be just one particular story, can be a personal story. So now that is what I wanted to know, because some people, they come to me and say that when you have a collective of jokes and you deliver just like a stand-up comedian on stage, that will give you a lot of advantage and you can win. But in my district, I have one champion who has been winning this humorous speech contest at district level for the past 7 years, and he is a stand-up comedian, and he has a lot of collective jokes that he will just come and then he will just deliver it. So people will be really loving at it right from the start till the end. And the person who came in second has his own personal story. So now I'm a little bit confused, and I just wanted to know, what is your take on this? How would you advise me to go about it? And also, as a newbie to jokes, even though I'm a seasoned Toastmaster division director, but I to humor is not my forte. For I am a psychologist, and yeah, for me, if you give me a speech like a serious topic, a subject, then I will talk about it. But this one, humor, please help me out, sir.
Okay, look at my face. You can see that frown. So if a
Yeah.
grumpy person like me can become a humorous speaker, anybody can become a humorous speaker. See, the thing is that first of all, this taboo that I am what's it called? I am a humor. I cannot become a humorous speaker. I cannot become that. You have to get it out of your mind. The first thing, and you should focus that I am what's it called? I can do it. I can make. It's just as you said, when you are serious or nervous or something about it, and you can humor comes out, that means you have it in you. It is just that you have to bring it out. And you have to just see what I do is that I will have my speech. I will put a speech in front of me. Each sentence I will see and I say, okay, how can I make this funny? Sit on it for half an hour. Believe me, anybody can make anything. You don't need to have any particular skills to add humor to a speech. Sit for it for half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, that this part of my speech, how can I make it funny? How can I make it funny is try to add dialogues, try to what's exaggerate. Exaggeration is a way in which anything can be made funny. For example, I'm telling you about a person who was sitting next to me in the plane when I was coming from Delhi to Abu Dhabi. He was not that this what was stupid or something, but there are few points I took from them and I thought about it and how those points I can exaggerate and make it funny. Regarding the winner who's been winning 7 years in a row, usually, because see that what happens sometimes one person has that impact when he comes on the stage that, oh, he's that champion winner. So at times, I don't know the person, I'm not against or whatever it is, I'll be unbiased, but sometimes the judges also get carried away by the type of speaking. But believe me, if you're going at an international level or something, stand-up comedy, multiple points which are not connected does not work. When you're talking about humorous speech, it has to be a story which is connected. What you were saying, it has to be a story. It has to be connected to something, and it means something on your day-to-day life will be the best because everyone goes through the same thing. So I would suggest personally, go ahead and make a speech in which it is a story, which should not have more than 3 or 4 parts. And in those 3 or 4 parts, every 3 sentences should have humor. The opening and the conclusion has to have an impact, has to have an impact. That's what I would say.
Thank
And
you.
you got
Thank
such
you
a
so
sweet
much.
face. You got such a sweet face. The minute anybody sees it, they will smile. You got such a good smile. I don't think you should have tension of being a good humorous speaker because I don't know you,
Okay.
but seeing your smile, I'm automatically getting a smile on my face.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I'll take that as a great compliment coming from you. And thank you so much, Rashika, for giving me the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thanks for asking. This is one of the important questions that needs clarification. Thanks for clarifying so beautifully. We can have two more last questions. Anyone? Yes, ma'am. Toastmaster Usha, please go ahead.
Good evening, Dr. Katrak.
Good
This
evening.
is Usha Uday Shankar from Dubai. I was a Toastmaster the year you started your journey, sir. And I've met you so many times and I've heard your speeches and I have witnessed your speeches at the contest. So it's such a pleasure to see you
Thank
today
you.
and listen to you speaking. And your session was so down to earth that any new member in Toastmasters would understand what you're saying, and because you didn't use very detailed, very difficult words in Toastmasters. It was very nice. Hello?
Yeah, you're audible.
Hello?
You're audible.
Yeah, thank you so much. Dr. Katrak, thank you again. It was a pleasure listening to you.
I recollect you, Ms. Usha.
Thank you for that. But when I saw the poster today, I told my husband, I said, I must listen to this session because it's been so many years I've heard you. And
Thank you.
I remember your speeches very well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Anyone with the last question? Okay, so may I take that liberty? So, Toastmaster Katrak, if I may ask, do you think that the quality of a person's voice adds on to a humorous speech or creates another impact? Means it adds on, or it's like TTS or TTF, some kind of thing.
For international speech, definitely someone, the voice does make a difference. The for humor international, definitely because there is emotion, deep, nice voice with a good English accent does make a difference. But when it comes to humorous, you got someone in front of you who doesn't, whose English is not that perfect, is the vocab means the accent and all is not that good, and I want it. So I think in humorous, no, it is the way you deliver your voice and all. It doesn't make a difference. There are so many speakers. It is the way you deliver your speech that is more important. Your accent and all doesn't make much of a difference, honestly speaking. Humorous in international, yes. Your grammar makes a difference, yes. All those things have an impact in international. You should have a message, 100% yes. Your people should think about that message when they leave you. In a humorous, they should go back saying that this person made me laugh, irrespective of what your topic was.
Thank you. Thanks for the clarification.
In the
Yes,
chat, one
please.
second, sorry, I'll just interrupt. In the chat, I've kept my mobile number and my email address. If anybody wants any help, because the year I won in 2016, I said that it is enough. 12 years I struggled for it. That year I decided I will never contest again. But from that year, I've been mentoring all the members of my club, other clubs, and helping them in Toastmasters. So I don't contact anyone, but anyone wants any help, they can at any time WhatsApp me, send me the email, and send me the speech on an email, and I'll be there. If whenever time permits, I'll 100% help you all out.
Thank you so much for being so kind. This is a great help, sharing your contact number and email address and the opportunity to get mentoring from you. Thank you so much, sir, for joining and sharing wonderful insights and guiding us how we can skill ourselves up for our upcoming humorous speech contest. Thank you so much. With
Thank you.
this, can I request everyone to please come on the camera?
It is a bit boring, honestly speaking, this presentation, but I always feel humorous speech, it is very important. You have to go into every detail in order to have an impact with your audience. So it may be boring, but I try to cover all the minutest points which will help the speech to be good.
No, it wasn't boring at all, because everyone has different kind of learning systems. Someone learns by listening, someone learns by writing, and someone learns by reading. So for me it was good. I was listening and reading, so for me it worked very well. Thank you so much. Others, meanwhile, please. turn on your cameras if possible. Let's have a group picture. And I would like to thank our division director, Toastmaster Manvi, for organizing this. She is a bit occupied, but I want to thank her from the bottom of our hearts for giving us the opportunity to have insights from a district champion. Meanwhile, when you are turning on your cameras, I would like to hand over this virtual stage to Area F1 Director, Toastmaster F2 Director, Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur for the vote of thanks. Over to you, Toastmaster Jaspreet.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rashika. And first of all, thanks a lot to DTM Katrak. Now, it was not at all a boring session. The best thing was don't find the topic will find you. And whatever other tips that you gave, they were really on point. And I guess the best part is the timing of this session. Right when the contests are lined up, it's really going to be very beneficial for many of us who are many of the others. I cannot, but yes, the others who can participate, for them, it's going to be very helpful. So thank you so very much for giving us so much time, and that too at such a short notice. Thanks a lot to Division PQD, Rashika, and her entire team, all those people who worked behind the scenes. So thanks a lot to everybody, because it is actually teamwork that makes the entire thing become really a wonderful, fruitful effort. So thank you very much, and a big round of applause for a wonderful session conducted by everybody. A big round of applause for everybody involved. And with this, I would want the certificate to be presented to our speaker today, distinguished Toastmaster Katrak. So can we do the needful? Toastmaster Rashika, Toastmaster Dev.
Yes.
So, distinguished Toastmaster Katrak, thank you really very much. And we would definitely look forward to many more such sessions from you. It was really very wonderful to have you amongst us. And thanks a lot to all of you who came over here, because such sessions, such attempts become fruitful when we have all of you along with us. Because believe me, a speaker feels satisfied and completed when the audience is there. When you smile and you clap for the speaker, that is where the effort becomes fruitful. So with this, thank you really very much. Have a great, great, great evening after this. And with this, I think we can declare the session closed. Thank you very much for being there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Merezban. Thank you to my friend DVD Manvi, and also everyone at the Division F, District 1 to 4. And thank you so much. It was a wonderful session. I really appreciate it. And sir, it was not boring even for the tiny bit.
Yes,
I really enjoyed it a lot. Thank you, sir.
So rather it was very edifying, sir. We just got a lot of insight into it that we cannot learn like in many years. That way, all you have poured like in a nutshell, all your experience. So we it was very edifying. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on this. And it was not at all, rather I just time flew past actually and didn't notice. Now it is almost like 1.5 hours, almost like. So didn't notice that. It was so entertaining, so engrossing, sir. We really connected, and we are so much thankful from the bottom of our heart actually to you. So giving a great insight. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Rashika, we can stop the recording, I guess.